proceed to reinstall the PCI cards. So you'll have, in your case, you'll have that TNC, that D-Link wireless card. You'll shoot that back in, and you'll also have you'll have that graphics card. So that's a special card. That's an AGP card. Now that'll have a special slot for it. Now you're going to have approximately 3 PCI cards. So they'll all be the same size. This AGP slot is this long, skinny one. It'll be a completely different size to the normal PCI slots. So that it'll be completely distinguishable from the other slots, and you'll slide in the graphics card to that AGP slot, and that'll stick out the rear of the chassis. You'll secure it on with a screw. So that'll be all of the external boards. That'll be hooked up, and so now you have power. You have your external cards. You have your CPU. You have your memory. And then you'll have to reconnect the disk drives. So you'll reconnect these guys. You'll have your ID 1 and 2, and they'll have the long connectors that you'll hook those up onto the board. So I have this. This is my disk drive. I have a couple of long connectors which I'll secure them onto. So that'll be ID 1 and 2. So you'll hook up your disk drive, your DVD-ROM. I believe there's at least 2 drives. So you'll hook those back up in the same configuration that you had them in when you removed them from the initial motherboard. And then you'll proceed to take from the power supply. They have power connectors for the drives itself. Those are these connectors. These are for these power the drives. So this will power the DVD and the disk drives themselves, and they'll have a socket on the drives. So you'll hook those back up into onto the drives, and then you're going to have to hook up the chassis the chassis connectors. Now the chassis itself will have connectors for the USB ports and for the hard drive light, for the reset button, for the power button. Now those are going to be these they're going to be these small thin connectors. Now in my case I have these, they're all connected to one, but yours are going to be these singular little connectors, and you're going to find on your board sticking out, you're going to have these connectors such as this yellow one here, and they're essentially just little pins that stick out, and you're going to have to connect those to them. They're labeled, say, pins 1 through 9, and in the motherboard instruction manual, they're going to have the pin out, and labeled on the connectors from the chassis themselves, it'll be labeled reset SW, HD, so they'll all be labeled. You just align them with those pins, and you connect them onto the motherboard itself.